Cynthia, her motivation is a strong desire to be all that God proposed her to be. Cynthia, if we could have you come up here. And her title today is In the Blink of the Eye.
Ask any parent, and they'll probably tell you that their greatest gift and their proudest achievement is their child. I'd be no exception. As most of you know, I deeply love my daughter, Destiny. Like most of the mothers here today, I actually fell in love with her the instant I found out I was pregnant. The date was Thursday, March 28, 1991. I hadn't been feeling well for the past few days, so I decided to visit our local military clinic in Baumholder, Germany, where my ex-husband Robin and I had been stationed. I sat there waiting for the doctor and was pleasantly surprised when he walked in the door. He was tall and handsome, and he had a killer smile. And then when he spoke, he just lit up the room. He extended his hand to me and he said, "Hello, Mrs. Johnson. My name is Dr. Friedrich Schmoll. What brings you here today?" I said to him, "Hey, Doc, how you doing? I'm here today because I've been feeling rather poorly for the past 3 days. My chest hurts something awful when I cough, and it really hurts when I breathe in deeply. I think I have bronchitis." He took out a stethoscope and listened to my lungs, and he came back and concluded that I did have constricted lungs. "I would like to take some tests of you, Mrs. Johnson." "Okay, Doc. I want to make sure that if you in fact have bronchitis, that I treat you for it properly. Is there any chance that you could be pregnant?" I thought about that for a second, and then I told him, "Well, my husband just got back from Operation Desert Storm about 6 weeks ago, and he had been gone for 6 months, so yeah, there's a possibility." He left the room, and I sat there waiting in his office for about 20 minutes, and it was the longest wait of my life. After he asked that question, it got me to thinking. All sorts of things were running through my head. Could I really be pregnant? Are my husband and I ready to be parents? Is the baby going to be healthy? When is the baby going to be born? And the most important question of all, how much weight will I gain? Right about now, the doctor comes back in the office and he pulls up a chair and sits beside me and he says, "Mrs. Johnson, you are correct. You do have bronchitis. Unfortunately, I cannot treat you for it." "You cannot treat me for it? Why not?" "Because the rabbit just died." I didn't get it at first. So I said, "The rabbit just died. I don't have a rabbit." And then it dawned on me, oh my gosh, are you telling me that I'm pregnant? It incited me to jump out of my chair and right into his arms. I was so excited. You see, my husband and I have been married for 2 years, and we have been trying desperately to have a baby during all that time. That was music to my ears. Thank you, God, our prayers have been answered. In the blink of an eye, I would suddenly become responsible for someone other than myself. In the blink of an eye, every decision that I would make from that moment forward would affect another human being. In the blink of an eye, my life would change forever. After I got myself together and calmed down, I looked at the doctor and said, "Dr. Schmoll, is this the reason why I can't take bronchitis medicine?" Yeah, that is correct." "Okay, why not?" "Well, Mrs. Johnson, the truth of the matter is any medication that you are on when you're pregnant could do harm for the baby." I stood up and I said, Thank you, Dr. Schmoll. I won't worry about the medication. As a matter of fact, I'm not worried about anything at all. God is going to get me and my baby through this. The next 4 weeks were the most miserable and sickening weeks of my life. In addition to the bronchitis, morning sickness followed 24 hours later. Day after day, week after week, I grew weaker and weaker, and I was losing weight instead of gaining weight. My husband was so afraid that there would be complications because I couldn't take medicine, but I didn't have any other choice. Finally, I decided one morning, God, if you don't give me healing grace, at least give me the strength to make it through, because I will do whatever I need to ensure that my baby is healthy and happy, even if that means me being sick until the day she is born. By the grace of God, I got through it, as did my baby. And thanks to the help of the top-notch Dr. Schmoll, my baby would be healthy. He ended up being quite a top-notch doctor. He was my obstetrician for the next 5 months. I flew back stateside, and we were stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where my daughter Destiny was born. I still remember that second that I held her in my arms. She made her debut on Friday, November 1st, 1991 at 5:18 p.m. God, was she gorgeous. What a miracle. Not only was she the most amazing creature to me, but she also made quite a hit at the local hospital. Weighing in at 9 pounds, 10 ounces, and being 21 and a half inches in length, my baby was the largest baby ever to be born at that hospital at that time. With that, we got a year's supply of diapers for free.
That's lucky.
Yes, Destiny did turn out to be my greatest gift and my proudest achievement. You see, she was born 3 days before my 33rd birthday. She was the best present that I had ever received, even until this day. Yep, my greatest gift and my greatest joy. And oddly enough, she also turned out to be my greatest source of entertainment when she was growing up. When she was 5 years old, I used to volunteer at her kindergarten class 1 day a month. On this particular day, we decided that she would sit in a group with her other classmates and we would listen to a story. The next thing I know, Destiny looks at me and says, "Hey, Mommy, how old are you?" I looked at her and I smiled and said, "Mommy is 38 years old, Pumpkin." So she thinks about it for a minute. And the next thing I know, I hear her counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the time she got to 20, she looked at me and said, 38? Wow, Mommy, that's way older than 5. Madam Toastmaster.